What's up guys, AJ here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the 5 things you need to do right after you get your real estate license. I'm here in Marquette, Michigan with beautiful Lake Superior behind me. If you watched my recent videos, you see I've been traveling around northern Michigan. I was just in Traverse City, then Petoskey, and now here in Marquette, which has been a lot of fun. So the first thing you need to do is find the right brokerage. Now the right brokerage is going to be different for different people, right? I recommend interviewing with a couple different brokerages. When I say interviewing, I simply mean meeting with the broker, doing your research, talking to the right people to really figure out, hey, is this the best brokerage for me and my business and what I'm looking for? Things I would be watching out for is going to be culture. How does the office feel? How's the office energy? What are the splits like? What are the monthly fees? What are the value adds in terms of training, coaching? Do they offer a portion of the office profits or revenue? Do they offer stock in the company? What's the technology like? So those are some of the things I'll be looking for. Number 2 is going to be deciding what type of business are you going after. Are you going to be primarily a listing agent or a buyer's agent? Now, of course, you can focus on both of them. However, you should have a focus. Of course, if you're focusing on listings, you're going to work with some buyers. If you're focusing on buyers, you're going to work with some listings. But when you really know what type of agent you are, that helps determine what type of lead generation strategy you're going to use. So some of the benefits to being a listing agent are going to be, it's more leverage. So the typical listing just takes less time to sell versus working with buyers. When working with buyers, especially in this market, you're going to lose out on a lot of multiple offer situations. You gotta go out and show homes on nights and weekends, and it just takes a lot more work, energy, and effort. Whereas the listing agent gets to list the house, sit back, enjoy their nights and weekends, and let all the buyer's agents in the market come and bring them offers. So you can work more listings at a time than you can work buyers. So I was primarily a listing agent, and I recommend you to do the same. But sometimes the comfort level for a newer agent, but sometimes the reality is if you have less experience or you're a newer agent, you might just feel more comfortable working with buyers. If you have the confidence, I would say jump right into listings, but I understand if you work buyers first. Now, with that being said, I want you to focus on what type of lead generation strategy you're going to use. So if you're focusing on listings, there's going to be different levers you pull to generate leads versus if you're focused on buyers. So let's say you want to be a listing agent. Well, the best way to generate listings is to do seller prospecting. This could be for sale by owners, it could be expired listings, it could be just listed, just sold type properties, it could be geographic farming, so direct mail campaigns to local neighborhoods. Those are some of the things you can do on the listing side. Now, if you want to be a buyer's agent, things might be holding open houses, generating free leads using Craigslist or Facebook. Yes, Craigslist still works. Or it could be generating leads through paid advertising on Google, on Facebook. You could also be doing things like paying for Zillow leads, Realtor.com leads. If you can tell, a lot of the buyer lead generation strategies are typically paid, whereas the listing lead generation strategies typically just take a little bit more work, but are oftentimes free or very low cost. It is an absolutely beautiful morning out. If you could do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe button, give me a like, that would be super awesome, would really help out the channel. Next, now that you know what type of agent you want to be, you picked your brokerage, you have a good lead generation strategy planned out, and when you plan out your lead generation strategy, really only pick a couple of different pillars. So 1 to 2 and go real deep on those. It's getting a little warm out. So start time blocking those lead generation strategies in. Think of income producing activities. If you can spend the majority of your time focused on income producing activities, that's when your business is really going to take off. So look at your calendar, look at the week, and try to set the ideal weekly schedule. Of course, things are going to happen and it's going to change from time to time, but really try to stick to this schedule as much as possible. So I believe in the mornings is when you should focus on your lead generation. So maybe from 8 to 11, just put in lead generation. From 11 to 12, put lead follow-up. Lunch. After lunch, maybe it's some admin work. Maybe it's getting back to some of the people that might have called you while you're doing your lead generation strategy. So those are some of the things that I would be time blocking in my calendar. Afternoons would be appointments. That's what a successful agent's calendar is going to look like. If it's not in your schedule, it doesn't exist. So pre-plan your week. You really want your whole schedule to be filled up even before your week starts. And what's neat about that, you might be thinking, well, I don't have any appointments in the evenings. Still block out that time for appointments and fill it with lead generation if you don't set appointments for those times. And number 5, eliminate distractions and go all in. What do I mean by eliminating distractions? From your work environment, if you're working from home, what's in your office that could distract you? When you're lead generating, do you have a lead generation bunker, a prospecting bunker? That's getting rid of your cell phone. Be making calls from a dialer. You don't even need your cell phone in the room. Don't be checking Facebook, social media, and all that. For your 3-hour lead generation time block, you should really have your snacks in the room. You should have your water. You should only be leaving when you gotta go to the bathroom. It's that type of laser focus that will make you a top agent. Other distractions could be coworkers. If you're going into the office, are there certain coworkers that are distracting you? Is the office environment distracting? At home, maybe instead of watching Netflix at night, you should be studying your craft. If you're a listing agent, be practicing your listing presentation, be watching YouTube videos on how to become a better agent. It's things like that that are really going to help take your career to the next level. And with these 5 steps, the only thing left to do is focus and take consistent action. So go all in with it.